Hello friends, it's Audrey from Odds and Ends, and welcome to week 2 of hashtag Oz in July, hosted by myself, Audrey at Odds and Ends, and Emily over at Emily's Paper Caper. And we are posting our videos on Thursdays, and normally I do not show you things if they're not complete, but I'm not quite doing it in that order this time around. This is probably my most imperfect journal ever, but I was going to redo it. And I'm like, you know what? No. This is going to be a scrapbook of memories that has gone through the Wizard of Oz Twister. It does not need to be perfect. And I'm going to show you what I've done so far. I've done quite a bit. Nothing is finished though. None of the pages are embellished, but the theme of each page is done. So we have our cover, and it's somewhat decorated, as you can see. I did the binding and green duct tape, and then I covered with this green and pink fabric and with black and white. I really liked that color. I liked it better than the shiny duct tape, but the duct tape is what's structurally holding it together, and then I just covered with fabric and fabric tack there. Added some stickers and some die cuts on the cover. Next, and you're gonna see this, it's quite a bit of glare there. I used iridescent gloss medium to coat Glinda, and this is the Glinda from Wicked, not Glinda from Wizard of Oz. I have several different versions of stories in here. None of them are my favorite. My favorite is the Tin Man. It was a multi-series. I don't remember what channel it was on. I do have it on DVD now, but it was like an 6 or 8 part mini series. It's called Tin Man. That's my favorite rendition, but of course I don't have any artwork of that, so it's not representative, but I want to tell you that anyway. So the gloss medium on here, and then I added this butterfly and that butterfly because the butterflies are her gig. We've got Emerald City, Alcatelier piece, Wizamania, and this might get covered. And then I decomposed a coloring book, and as most of my artwork in here, because I really, really, really like the sketch version of this. Some of them I'll color all the way, some of them I'll just add pops of color, some I might just leave it black and white. Got the Twister that's come to the farm. We have her watching the sky. The Twister taking the house away. Her landing in Oz and meeting the Munchkins. Her that's heading out to the Wizard. We've got the Munchkin Land's famous tulip fair. Yellow Brick Road. She meets the Scarecrow with the crows. The Tin Man. That may or may not be out of order, but oh well. We've got poppies here. They're back on the road again. We've got Glinda here. And we've got a print of the key, the castle, flying monkeys. We've got the scary forest here. Another one marching along. We've got poppies and mushrooms. There's she is, and monkeys. There's a different rendition of the same, and even a different rendition here. and throwing the bucket of the water on the Wicked Witch. And then put there. And then this was from Stampedia. There's that. And here I am going to have to embellish this because when this is done in accordion style. And so you fold each piece of paper with 3 1/4 inch pleats. Well, the paper was really, really thick and my pleats got uneven. And I didn't realize it, and then when I put it together, it did not equal out, but I had already glued it, and I glued it with a very good glue. And then I had to glue the outside so it would compress because it was just all out over the place. And you know what? It is what it is. I will fix it. It will look fine. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Here's the wizard behind the screen. Here's the impression he makes. There he's giving the Tin Man a heart. Okay, the lion some courage. Some brains for the scarecrow. He's about to escape on his hot air balloon. Dorothy's talking to Glinda about getting back to Kansas. Everyone's saying goodbye to the wizard. And then there's Stamperia's version of the same thing. There's Oz. Here's Wicked's version. And there's our 2 witches here. And then this one, oh my goodness. This is what happens when you don't test your products together. So I did, and I like it now. Don't get me wrong. I put Mod Podge down first. Of course, when you seal it, you know, you're sealing it and scraping it to get all the Mod Podge up from underneath it to make it go smooth. You get on the edges so you go over the top. Well, I wanted it to coordinate with the front cover, so I added a little bit of the iridescent medium. And it was too iridescent. You couldn't see her. I'm not sure why you couldn't see her, but you can see Glinda through it just fine. So I'm like scraping it off, and it was scraping off just fine because the Mod Podge and the iridescent didn't work out very well. Well, it was still wet when I did this. So the paper started ripping, and some of the sheen of her dress came off. So I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? So I got some metallic highlighters, highlighted her dress, the background, and nope, that didn't work. So I ended up coloring her dress, and I kind of wanted to look like she was coming up from a smoke, you know, materializing from smoke. And then I added some black jemmies, part of her dress. And yeah, I I really like how it came out. I don't care that you can tell it's scribbled in marker. And you can see where the paper ripped. But you can also see the silver. It really does look she came up from smoke, or she's caught in a twister. A huge storm. And I think it coordinates very well with the inside cover. So those are my pages, and I have a lot to do to embellish these pages and add lots to here, but it kind of tells a story without being a book. And while it didn't get put together the best possible, I didn't really want to completely start over again. Because if I would have torn this out, all the pages would have been too short, and they wouldn't have been bordered on the coordinating cardstock. So, yep, this is what I've gotten so far. I hope you like it. I hope this gives you ideas of what you want to do with yours or any future journals that you might have. And I will see you next Thursday for some completed pages. And there's the back. I did cover up the advent calendar advertisement here, just with some cutouts here. There's the fabric here. You can see a little bit of the green duct tape here, which is fine. As you can see, because my accordion was not straight, my pages did not go in straight, and I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. And I knew 2 of these were going to stick out because they were longer than the book, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. I was going to add some trim and stuff, but I'm like, whatever. I decided it was just going to be like a scrapbook as opposed to a pretty finished journal. I'm not selling it. This is just for my enjoyment. So I think in the end, it will look like it was done on purpose. So thanks everyone for coming along and seeing what I've accomplished. And hopefully I will do some live, record myself working on it. If not, I will definitely catch you up on the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.